everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to cover another question from the topic of Principle of Inclusion-Exclusion. But before that, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do like, share and subscribe for more content on SCILAB Practical. So let us start with today's content. So there's a question that in a college, there are 120 mathematics students who can opt either French, German or Russian, considering the following data. The data are same as per the previous question. All right. The question says that out of 120 mathematics students, they can either opt for French or German or Russian. So it's not compulsory for the students that they have to take either of the language. All right, so students can either take French or German or Russian, or there can be students who do not want to take any of the languages. All right, so this is the first point which should be noted over here, that it is not compulsory for all 120 mathematics students to choose either of the language. But the students who have opted one language or two language or all three languages, the data are here on your screen. So there are 65 students who have taken French, 45 who have taken German, 42 students have taken Russian. There are 20 students who have taken both the language, French as well as German. 15 students have taken German and Russian, and 25 students have taken Russian and French. And there are 8 students who have taken all the three languages. All right. Let us understand the question, what is being asked to us in this question. Write a SCILAB code to find number of students studying either French or German or Russian. So in the first question, it is asking us to find how many students who have taken either one of the language, at least one of the language. Either it could be French or German or Russian. So from the question itself, we have got to know that we have to find their union. All right. So there can be students who have taken two languages. There can be students who have taken all the three languages. So all those students will come over here. But remember, they will be counted only once. The second question says that the number of students studying French and German, but not Russian. So here in this question, they're asking us to how many students have taken only French and German. No third language Russian. All right. Then third question says that find number of students who are taken French and Russian but not German. Fourth question says that the students have taken German and Russian but not French. And sixth question, they're asking how many students have taken only French, only German and only Russian. All right. And the last question says that how many students are there who have not taken any of the languages. So as I said, it is not compulsory for the students to take any one of the language. There can be students who do not want to take any of the language. So let us see how can we answer this question. So this question we are going to understand through Venn diagram. So before we see the code, how are we going to write down the code in SCILAB, we'll understand this question. We'll try to answer these questions through Venn diagram. All right, because Venn diagram will make us understand how we have to proceed with the coding. All right. So since there are three languages, so I'm going to draw 3 circles for it. Just a minute. So this one circle is for French. The another circle I will choose for German. And the third circle I will choose for Russian. So here is a third circle, which is for Russian. So I'll just name that this first circle is for French, second circle is for German, and the third circle is for Russian. So for French, German, and Russian, I have taken the variable name as FGR. So they indicates that F stands for French, G stands for German, R stands for Russian, and they all will be included in the big circle, big universal set, which is a universal set, and we know that how many students are there in the universal set, that is 120. All right. So we are going to fill this Venn diagram. We are going to fill each of this portion which you can see over here. this portion, this, and all of that. All right. So move for most. Firstly, we are going to fill the intersection of all the three sets. We are going to fill the intersection of all the three sets. Now, where it is intersection of all the three? Here it is intersection of all the three. So intersection of all three with the how many students who have taken all the three languages, that is French as well as German as well as Russian, that is 8. So as we all know that it is given in the question that 8 students have taken French, German, and Russian, all the three languages. After that, we are going to focus on the how many students have taken only 2 languages, no third language. Okay, so like that means we are going to find out this area. We are going to find out this area. How many students? So this area indicates that the students who have taken only French, German, but not Russian. This area indicates that students who have taken only French and Russian, but not German. And this area indicates that the students who have taken only German and Russian, but not French. So in this, I'm going to focus. So how am I going to find out these values? So see here, you can see this part indicates the pink drawing which I'm drawing right now. This indicates French and German. This indicates French and German. So I'm writing French intersection with German. So in this clearly it is visible that there are 8 students who have taken French and German, but they have taken Russian as well. But do I want those students to be in this part? No, because this part indicates only French and German, no Russian. So how am I going to find out? So in French and German, if I remove this 8, which is intersection of all the 3 sets, so I'm going to get those students who have taken only French and German, and Russian, those students who have taken Russian, that I will remove. So how many students who have taken French and German? So for that, I'm going to take variable as F, G, and R. F, G, and R means the students who have taken French, students as well as German, but not Russian. So what formula I'm going to write for this? The students who have taken French and German minus the students who have taken all the 3 languages. So how many students have taken French and German? 20. 20 minus number of students who have taken all the 3 languages, they were 8. So 20 minus 8 is what? 12. So 12 students have taken only French and German, no third language Russian. Let us understand this with one more part. I want to know how many students have taken only French and Russian, but not German. So French and Russian. So that I'll be drawing with. Can you see this part which I'm drawing right now? This part indicates French and Russian. But in French and Russian, clearly it has been seen that the 8 students have taken French and Russian, but they have also have taken German. But I do not want German students because I want only students who have taken French and Russian. So for that, I'm going to take variable as F, R, and G. So F, R, and G stands for the students who have taken French as well as Russian, but not German. So what I'm going to do? I am going to subtract. So out of F intersection R, I'm going to subtract the intersection of all the 3. So French and Russian, how many students were there? French and Russian, there were 25 students. 25 minus 8. So 25 minus 8 is 17. So this count is what? 17. So 17 students have taken only French and Russian, but not German. And lastly, now this part you all should be able to answer. This part will be the students have taken German, Russian, but not French. So what could be the formula for this? So we are going to subtract German and Russian minus F and G and R. How many students have taken German and Russian? There were 15 students minus 8, that is going to give us 7. So 7 students have taken German and Russian, but not French. So I hope you have got to know that how are you going to answer these 3 questions. Excuse me. Second, third, and fourth. All right. Now we'll focus on how many students have taken only French, only German, and only Russian. So for only French means which part we have to find out? Only French. So that means we have to find out this part. So in French circle, you will find that there are students who have taken German, there are students who have taken Russian, but I want only students who have taken French. That is this pink part I have to find. So how am I going to find it out now? So see here. So for only French, for only French, I'm going to take variable name as OF. So OF is a variable which stands for only French. All right. So here is a circle of French. This is a circle of French. So in French, we can see there are 12 students who have taken German. There are 8 students who have taken German and Russian both. There are 70 students who have taken Russian. So I do not want these students. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to subtract the students who have taken French. So there were 65 students who had taken French, depending as per the data. There were 65 students who had taken French. But out of 65, there are 12 students who have taken German, 8 students have taken both the languages, and 70 students have taken Russian. So those I'm going to subtract. So how am I going to write down the formula? F minus this 12 I had represented by the students who have taken French, German, but not Russian, minus intersection of all the three, F, G, and R, minus number of students who have taken French and Russian, but not German. So this is the formula for going to be only French. Similarly, you can add in the formula for only German. So only German, we want students who have taken only German. So German minus the students who have taken other languages. Like you can see there in German circle, there are students who have taken French, there are students who have taken Russian, there are students who have taken French and Russian both. So those students I do not want. So that I'll be subtracting for German. So G minus F, G and R minus F and G and R minus G, R and F. All right. So this is how we are going to find out only French, only German, and the last one is left on you to find out only Russian. So for this, I'm going to use variable as OR, which stands for only Russian. All right. This will answer your question number 5, 6, and 7. And the last students who have taken neither of the language. Okay. So not taking any of the language, how are we going to find out? So there were 20 total. How many students? 120 students. Okay. Then we found how many students have taken either French or German or Russian. All right. So this was, I think, 100 from the last practical session. This was 100. Now I want to find how many students who have not taken any of the language. That means I have to find out its complement. This F union G union R indicates that the students have taken either of the language, French or German or Russian. But I want those students who have not taken any of the language. So what I'm going to do? So I'm going to, there were total students 120. Out of 120, 100 students had taken either of the language. So that I'm going to subtract and I'm going to get it as 20. So there are 20 students who have not taken any of the language. All right. So whenever this such question comes, for practical or for theory, it is always better to draw the Venn diagram. All right. Because of the Venn diagram, the things becomes very easy to answer. What you have to do, you have to draw 3 circles because there were 3 languages, French, German, and Russian. And for this 3 circles, first we are going to fill the intersection of all the 3 sets, which was 8. Then we are going to fill the intersection of 2. The students who have taken only 2 languages and no third language. All right. So that we are going to find out. And then lastly, we are going to find out the students who have taken only 1 language. And how are we going to find out? The calculation is there on your screen. All right. Now let us see the code. The way I have explained you in a similar manner, we are going to write down the code. All right. So let us see the code now. All right. I hope the code is visible to everybody. Okay. So as you all can see, the code's first line CLC. CLC is always better to write at the start, because every time you write the code, you make mistakes, you get error on the console window, and then again you make the corrections, again you run it. So previous errors be there on the console window. So that I do not want. I want only current code execution to be visible on the console window. So it's always better to write CLC, because CLC stands for clear the console window. So first line, it will execute, and because of the CLC command, the Scilab will clean your console window, so that only current code output will be visible on the console window. Then DISP, all of you all know what does DISP do? It prints your output on the console window. Unless you give command DISP, nothing will be visible on your console window. Please remember that. So to get output or to get something on your console window, you have to give command DISP, which stands for display whatever you write within round bracket, within double quotes. If the value of the variable you want to display, so that should be without double quotes. Okay. Then, so what does this line will do? This line is going to print the statement, because that is you have written within double quotes. So as it is will be printed on the console window. All right. What it is going to print? In a college, 120 mathematics students can opt either French, German, or Russian. The same as it is will be printed on your console. Okay. Next, I have taken some variables. These variables are your data, which was there in the question. So for number of students, I have taken variable as n. N stands for total number of students. There were how many students? 120. For French, German, and Russian, I have taken capital F, capital G, capital R. Remember, it is case sensitive. If you're taking capital F, then whenever you will have to use the value of French, you have to write capital S. If you write small f or you write some other variable, it will show you undefined variable. All right. So whatever name you give for, whatever name you define for the data, the same variable you have to use when you will use them. Okay. So for French, I have taken capital F. For German, I have taken capital G. For Russian, I have taken capital R. Then intersection were also given to us. The students who have taken French and German. So here I have taken variable for them as F and G. Remember, F and G is a variable name. All right. So there should not be any space in between them. Otherwise, again, you will get an error. So F and G stands for the students who have taken French as well as German. Now, is it necessary that you have to write F and G only? No, it is not necessary. You can use other letters also, but you all should remember the role of that variable. You should not get confused key for French and German, which variable I had taken, for German and Russian, which variable I had taken. So to avoid that confusion, I'm taking variable name as F and G, which clearly says that this variable I have taken for students who have taken French as well as German. So there were 20, so 20 I have stored in this variable. F and R stands for number of students who have taken French and Russian. G and R students who have taken German and Russian. Again, remember over here, if you are writing F and R, so whenever you require this value, you have to use variable name as F and R only. You cannot write R and F. All right. So here also you have to be very careful. And the last variable name is F and G and R, which stands for the students who have taken all the three languages. For that, I have taken variable name as F and G and R. Now, let us, now we'll focus on our question. This line will display whatever you have written within double quotes, that is by inclusion-exclusion principle. The first question was there, how many students have taken French or German or Russian? So for that, I have used variable F or G or R, which stands for the students have taken either French or German or Russian. All of you all know what is the principle of inclusion-exclusion formula. F plus G plus R minus F and G minus F and R minus G and R plus F and G and R. So all the values, all the variables we have defined previously, all these values will be taken by the Scilab, and we'll calculate the value of this by using this formula. But it won't be displayed unless you give command DISP. So DISP command, because of DISP command, the statement and the value will be printed on your console window. What it is going to display as the number of students studying French or German or Russian. This will be as it is printed, because that is written within double quotes. And for the value, we have to write comma and the variable name in which the value is stored. The variable name is f or g or r, so that you have to write over here. Remember, I want variables value, so that I'm going to write without double quote over here. Now next, FGNR, as I have explained already, FGNR stands for the students who have taken French as well as German but not Russian. The formula was F and G minus F and G and R. Well, all the values are there on already you have defined before, so that it will take and it will display you all the value, because in the next line I'm giving command disp. DS, what it is going to display? The number of students studying French and German but not Russian, and the values is stored in the variable f, g, and r. Similarly, you're going to write the formula for f, r, and g, g, r, and f, and same you're going to display. Then OF. OF stands for only French. So only French. What was the formula? F minus F, G, and R. Remember, F, G, and R you have defined earlier. It has been already calculated. So that value it is going to take minus F and G and R minus F, R, and G. So same with whatever variable you're taking over here, the same you have to write when you will calculate only French. Next line, you're going to display the value of this variable. Next OG, OR, and the last one is calculating K. K stands for the number of students not studying any of the language. The formula is N minus F or G or R. Okay, so this is the code for your second practical. After writing the code, here you are going to go and you will get the output on your console window, as you can see. So I think we had also got the same answer. 100 students were taking either of the language. There were 12 students who have taken French, German, but not Russian. 17 students had taken French and Russian, but not German. And 7 students had taken German and Russian, but not French. There are 28 students who have taken only French, 18 only German, 10 only Russian, and 20 have not taken any of the language. Okay, so I hope you all have understood today's practical. That's it for the day. Please, if you have liked the content, please do like, share, and subscribe, and share it with your friends, so that it will be beneficial for more and more students. Thank you for watching.